Welcome everyone to an episode of the Definitive Crusade. I'm your host, joining me, Hughes, and joining us on this extra special show, it is the lovely Freyja.
Hi guys.
Hey, how's it going, Freyja?
Good. It's going good.
Excellent. Far from his travels around the DC multiverse, we have the 13th Crusader.
Yo.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien.
Muy bien. And trailing back from the world of Magic the Gathering, giving up his Dr. Pepper for one night, it is the random dude, Josh.
What is up?
Up is the opposite of down. So there you go.
Wait, are we talking about the Broncos? Because that's how I feel right now.
Hey, we can't talk football when there's no football on. It's an unwritten rule. You know?
Oh, sorry. I'm just.
Because Freyja will kill us if we talk football when there's no football on.
I just don't like football in general.
She hasn't killed us yet, so I think we're good.
Well, to be fair, we generally only talk about football when football's on. So, you know.
Good thing I didn't bring up UFL.
Oh.
Who? What? All right. Okay. So what?
Anyway.
Jeez.
All right. Today's a special show. It turns out that we are at the time of recording 8 years old. This is on our screen. This is our very first pod, all about the Definitive Crusade. And way back when, this is how it started. Hopefully.
In the great halls of the Undercover Capes, there are assembled four of the world's greatest podcasters: the Machine, Johnny Hughes; the fearless, Freddie Nero; the brave and the bold, Brian Hoover; and the legendary 13th Crusader. Together with their combined might and power, these comic crusaders fight comic book injustice, right that which is wrong, serve all mankind while presenting you the Definitive Crusade.
I have to say, I really do like that intro. That is
I missed that one. I'm not gonna lie. That one was classic.
Sounds familiar.
I was gonna say, yeah, 13. Does that bring back some memories?
Oh, no, because I must have been drunk as hell doing that intro. So no, I don't remember.
You don't remember it?
That's a good thing.
Oh man. Every episode we end up with some kind of crazy Jeopardy thing going on.
No, of
and
course I remember.
My only goal, on the sketch, yeah. My only goal in Jeopardy was not to finish last. That was it. That was my only goal. Bring back memories. And of course, 13th, we have now got Freyja and Josh, and we have Matthew, and Tracy's been on the show more times than not. So, you know, the Crusade's grown. It has grown.
There have definitely been a lot of members for sure.
For sure. Do you even remember what Freyja said to you when she joined the Crusade?
We don't need to bring that up.
No. I'm curious. What was said?
I was definitely speechless, so I had nothing to say.
Do you remember, Freyja, what you said?
Oh god, I called him I said something about not wearing his pretty little head or something like that.
Yeah, don't you worry your pretty little head.
And just like that, 13th will go back into the Phantom Zone.
Hold on, maybe this will jog my memory. All right, now we remember everything.
Jeez.
How could you forget your remembering juice?
I did that intro in 13 takes.
Yeah. Classic. It's a classic. It is an absolute classic. Well done. All right.
I do miss the skits, though.
Sorry?
I do miss the skits. I think my favorite one was the one where we were on the Enterprise.
Were we on the Enterprise? Or was it the USS Fishnet back then?
That's what it was, the USS Fishnet.
USS Fishnet.
You remember that one, right, Josh?
The USS Fishnet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. What was the other one? Was that around the time that Dr. Manhattan had his nuts stuck in between the DC?
Something like that.
Or was that before or after Nutgate? Because that's what we call it, Nutgate.
That
Oh man, it's crazy. It is crazy how long we've been doing this for 8 years, and it's an absolute blast. I am so lucky to spend time with you guys. You know, Freyja, you've been you're my girl Friday, my girl wonder, as it were. You know,
Well, thank you.
13th, always there for a quick joke, although sometimes you have to tell us that it is a joke. And then,
Thanks, I guess.
I don't know. Cool. And Josh, man, where would we be? Josh might not be on the show as much as he would like for lots of different other reasons. But the reason why this show works so well is for two reasons. One, 13 started the whole thing off way back when. So well done, 13. Josh started with all the video links and all the kind of creative stuff that we now take for granted when we run shows like this on the UCPN. So you know what? Even though he's not here every week, his presence is still felt. So well done, Josh. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Man.
What a pal, what a pal, what a pal, what a pal.
God, this drink is not strong enough. I need a different.
Aw.
Hey, to Johnny's point, back then it was all audio. There was no video cast, so totally different ball game.
We do it on Skype, and now look at us.
Yeah.
Two of us are always here.
Well, and I mean, not only was it just audio only, even when we started doing the video stuff, I mean, we didn't really have the images of the comics. I mean,
nope.
That was pre-Freyja rant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do I need to get that ready today?
Oh God, there's going to be some Freyja rants today, and if
probably.
there's not,
possibly.
then possibly.
All right,
possibly.
Well, with that little worm dangling on the fish hook, let's go and get into our comic books. First up this week, we've gone with Josh's choice. Now, this week, when we looked at the comics, I don't know how everyone else felt, but this week's comics seemed to be a slate of books we've talked a lot about already. I think there was like Power Girl was in there, Detective Comics was in there, Green Arrow was in there. So it was hard time trying to find something from this week that we haven't looked at before. And as you know, we like to keep things fresh. So we're going to start off this week with this newest book, and then we're going to go back a week and have a look at some of the books from the previous week as well. So this was Josh's choice. It's Batman Dark Age Book 1 of 6. That's right. You've got another 5 books of this to go. Written by Mark Russell. Michael Aldred is on art. Laura Aldred is on colors. And Dave Sharp is on letters. How apt that a guy called Sharp or Sharpie is on letters. Amazing. Josh, this is your book. What did you think?
Can we call it my regret?
I feel there's going to be a lot of regret going around on this show.
Okay, so
I've said
this I've said this before on the show, where when it comes to comic books, there is a fine balance between writing and the art. And if that balance is skewed in any way, shape, or form, whether it be the writing or the art, it takes away from the other.
Okay.
The art on this one took everything away from the writing. I just, I mean, you would think me being more in the indie books, I would be a little more understanding. But damn. Like, I'm sorry, I gotta call it like it is. This one was rough.
All right. Okay.
I mean, if they're trying to get like a true Bob Kane with no Bill Finger inspiration, then great job. This alternate universe of Bruce being not the Bruce Wayne that we know, it is something else. I don't know. It just I struggled with it. The cover was very misleading. I was like, oh, sweet. You know, a Batman story that's going to kind of have a, you know, like the way that they design Batman in this. Cool. I'm okay with this kind of retro-ish feel. oh God, was I wrong?
Curious.
And I don't know if it's because Bruce Wayne is just old and his memory's gone absolutely decrepit, but this book did not do it for me at all. Like, I will not be reading the rest because no.
Interesting. All right, so Michael Aldred, just for those that, and Laura Aldred, massive comic book creators on the scene, created Madman. Mark Russell spent time writing at Dynamite, so there are some indie book chops on this. I sometimes don't think that always works when you go mainstream with a character like Bats. Where should we go? Who's next? Also, we'll go 13th then, Freyja. So 13th. What did you take away from this book?
I'll try to behave as much as I can because I didn't finish my drink yet. Because I kind of needed to.
If you need to make notes in the file, for me, I accept that responsibility.
What's with this file? Who's got a file?
It's a private joke between Josh and I.
Oh, okay.
It stems way God, I think my interview with Undercover Capes.
That's
really?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
You're clear. I think the
Do I have a file? This will be scary. Do I have a file? What's on my file?
Oh God, I threw that out years ago.
Hey. Good work.
The clues in the title, the Dark Age, and that's exactly what you're going to be entering when you open the pages of this book. The All Red, I remember him from the Doom Patrol, if I remember correctly. I agree on the assessment of the art. The retro Batman look, sure, you can kind of live with that. And once I start getting disinterested with a book, I just start looking for things to poke fun at, or like Josh said, that balance is definitely lost. I am not a fan of this artwork at all. I didn't like it on Doom Patrol. I didn't like it anywhere else I've seen it. I think honestly and ironically, the best artwork in this book was the splash page with his father dying. I felt like there was a little bit more detail put into that one, than any other panel within this book. So
it was like that's a pinup.
Yeah, it's right, exactly. But story-wise, how many more times are we gonna hear about Bruce Wayne's origins or revamp or what could have been or what should have been?
She's dressed fancy for going to the cinema.
I just think that with Batman, who he is and what he can do, I just feel like we're just spinning our tires, going back and talking about different viewpoints of an origin, or taking something out or adding something in that would make it different and entertaining. I did not find this entertaining in the least bit. It's sad to say, though. Pariah coming out at the end and then kind of saying, hey, up to 1985 will do, is an obvious nod to the Crisis on Infinite Earths. But, again, this is like a prequel for Pariah. So I was very, very disinterested, particularly at the end. It was, for me, anticlimactic. I expect a little bit more from something with this many pages for a Batman book.
I'm just double checking something. What year did they start this book off?
2030.
That's the future. When was the past?
Yeah, and that's the other thing I wanted to throw in here, Johnny. You already know the ending. We're seeing an old Bruce Wayne kind of going down memory lane, or trying to. So there's some things in there that'll suggest that Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon had a child, and Batman had a very long career, and that he's suffering. He's forgetting things, and he has to try to remember. And we're going down that trip. Two things I didn't like in here. Right away, with the splash panel with the kid drinking milk, nature's most nearly perfect food. What if you're lactose intolerant? And then the other thing too is with Batman, the way he had like Rob Liefeld bat shorts on, with underwear with his the Liefeld pouches. I didn't like that look at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Honestly, I think a missed opportunity with that design of Batman. They could have done so much better. As far as if you're going to go that design, great. But let's stick in in a timeline where that is Batman. Don't.
Yeah. And why does he have a memory board with 2 pictures of the Flash? Like, that's not his very best friend. Come on.
Ooh. Freyja.
He helped me find my button once. Thanks, Flash.
Oh god. To answer your question about what period this was, the past is 1957. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
I don't know how Bruce is still alive in 2030 if he was, 1957, but yeah, whatever.
So 40. So that's 43 plus 24 is 67.
I don't know. He
And
looks
the
a
brother-
lot-
He'd be
Bat, though.
73.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Bat
Well,
Phone
wait,
is
hold
that
on.
high.
81, because you figure he was 8 when Thomas and
Oh,
Martha
yeah,
was.
But yeah, it was like depends on
Yeah.
how old he was when they died.
Yeah.
8 or
Okay.
So
10.
yeah, he's going to be in his 80s at this point.
Mhm.
And the fact that Alfred died 40 years prior. Oh yeah, because when he tells the orderly, "Take me away, Alfred." Alfred died 40 years ago, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah. Anywho, what it is what it is. So Thomas Wayne looks like Clark Gable for some reason.
Mhm.
I don't know
Right.
why.
Mhm.
And Martha
thought-
looks like Audrey Hepburn from Breakfast at Tiffany's. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but that's what I keep thinking of. Especially Thomas. He's like spitting image of Clark Gable. But like, I kind of zoned out with this, like, with this whole thing because, like you said before, Josh, the artwork just kind of took me out of it quite a bit. Also, freaking, they did Selena in like that 1960s looking, like, poetry reading weirdo that snaps her fingers instead of claps type of thing. I don't like that style.
Harriet, sweet Harriet, she was a kook. She tried to cook my goose.
I'm a cat, you're a bat, and that's that.
click. Okay, but like I did like the story. I don't get the comedian part. Like, it's just it is what it is, I guess. But
Mm.
it was disjointed a lot. I'm like, so why is he going to this club, and why is he hanging out with this guy, and why is this guy hanging out with this guy? I mean, he's Bruce Wayne, so I mean, I guess. But
Well, if you notice, there's a nod to the Joker in the comedy club. in the
I
coffee
know.
club.
I got that, but at the same time, it's just like, but was it really necessary? The story itself was just, it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't entertaining. I was kind of bored throughout the whole thing, and then we got Pariah at the end, but I don't know. I could have just done without the whole story, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
And,
and they made Bruce look like Robert Pattinson.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Some people like that sort of thing. Just all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And his parents, yeah, I agree. They're way too overdressed to go to the theater to see a movie. And it's the Mark of Zorro. And if this is 1957, the Mark of Zorro, that would have been the 1940 version of Mark of Zorro. So it's like almost 20-year-old movie that they're getting dressed up to go see.
But Thomas, he does explain why. Because it's the first time that's filmed in Gotham Studios. Because
all right, okay.
Yeah, but it's
I
a 20-year-old movie at this point, pretty much. It's just kind of like, why would they show it again?
Okay. That's a good
silly,
point.
I know.
Also, why is he wearing Martha's pearls? Shooters just took her pearls off. It's like, I'm gonna wear this.
Hey, you know,
I mean, to each their own, but like, why?
I
Well,
lost
don't
my
know.
pearls, so I'll put these on.
They look fabulous on it, but like, jeez.
All right,
I
well
don't know.
done.
This whole thing I didn't like. It was just kind of bland to me.
I'm kind of with you guys on this one. Thing with all this revisionist type of story or revisionist type of story is that they feed on our knowledge of what exactly happened in the first place, then playing up the differences. To be honest, I'm a little bit tired of it. Instead of giving us yet another idea of how Bruce Wayne's young life went, instead of giving us another issue of instead of what if, what never, can we not get back to Batman stopping crime?
Yeah.
Solve a problem. Use, I don't know, detective skills. Instead, we get not Batman in Detective Comics, where he's lost his marbles, in Batman,
Pearls.
where he's lost everything,
He loves
He lost his
pearls.
pearls.
and this, I don't know, it's just, for me, it's just like, I don't know. It's just more of the same, and I appreciate the talent. The book, that isn't for me, and the writing is horrendously clipped in so many ways. The other thing to think about, the reason why I ask about the maths, is this one book covers 28 years. All right. The idea is young Bruce is whatever, 57, then mentions 1985, going up to the next book. That's 28 years in one book. It's a 6-issue miniseries. We're only 40 from 85 to now. We're only 49 years out, so that's only 2 issues. What's going on for the other 3 issues? I have no idea. It's just, no. This was a hard pass for me.
I didn't want to say it, but someone in another publisher came out with something called Life Story, and it's had a lot of vibes of that.
Oh, I hate Life Story. The Life Story would have worked if they used artists from that particular era, rather than just keep going on with the same modern twist. But it's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Like I get that this book is Bruce's memories, and you can see just how messed up his mind is. I mean, going back to as a kid, you got 2 Joker lamps.
Mm-hmm.
You got a book of riddles on the bed. Both his cars look like Batmobiles from different eras. I mean, tell me you're jacked up without telling me you're jacked up. Bruce will go first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, y'all. I regretted it too.
It's fine. All right, excellent. We'll take a quick break for one of our other shows. Not every book can be a winner. And therefore, we'll go back a week and see what happened the week before last. Maybe. I don't know. Time for an advert. We'll go with this one.
Do you want to find out what makes the professor do his happy dance? Check out the Old Timers Comic Book Show, only on the UCPN.
I love that when that advert plays, everybody does the dance. That's good.
Legend has it he only did that in one take.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not a legend.
We have to start we're in thank you mode, so we have to thank the professor for being such a good sport with this. How the Old Timers worked when that show runs and the trailer, the theme comes in. We saw the professor doing his dance, and I asked Josh to sit in and record that off screen so that we could use it for an advert, and then we surprised the professor with it, and he was nice enough to let us keep it. So there you go. There you go. See? Josh's fingerprints all over the place.
Why is it when you say that, it sounds so dirty?
It's because as I said in my dirty English voice, that's what it was. All right, next up is an April special. It's a one-shot. This isn't my choice. This is Freyja's choice. However,
Yeah.
I've got to say, I think either DC or Freyja, they're making a monkey out of us with this book. Freyja, take it away.
Okay, so I don't know if it was because I was just in a good mood or what, but I like this stupid book.
Oh my god!
It is stupid. I'll give you that. The gorilla and monkey puns are everywhere. There's literally bananas like everywhere as well. Like even in Reflections, you look at where is it? He's sitting on when Monkey Prince is talking to Detective Chimp and Sam, like there's a reflection underneath Sam and it looks like a banana.
See,
it's just so stupid. I had a great time. And the Monkey Prince, of course, gets beaten unconscious with his own arm. But like the whole thing's just so dumb. I love it. But anyway, and the monkey nomicon, like the whatever from Evil Dead.
Put your teeth in, pet, and see if you can go for it. One.
This whole thing is stupid. So essentially, Mala wants to take over what Gorilla Grodd was in charge of, and he has convince a group, I guess it's Japanapes, Titano, Ultra, Humanite, and Silverback, and to join him. And he promised, I'm not going to harm anyone else except maybe humans, you know, and we'll take over, blah, blah, blah. He gets the Monkey Nomicon. He's got a freaking Evil Dead reference. And then he's kidnapping other monkeys, and yes, and it's just them looking at it, and then they get attacked. They run the Monkey Prince, who's missing an arm because he just got beaten with it. I still love Monkey Prince, like great character. And it's just chaos ensues, and then freaking what's his name? Gleek. I can't remember. The Wonder Twins monkey shows up, and so does Super. What was it? Freaking Super Monkey, and they create their own JLA, which is the Jungle League of America. It's just monkey puns everywhere through this entire book, and I quite liked it. The ending is kind of anticlimactic, but you know what are you gonna do? Turns out that he's sacrificing their arms to make monkey paws. Mala is, and then others find out that's what he's doing, and they're like, "Hey, you said we weren't going to help or hurt other, primates," and so they turn on him, and that's how it ends. And something I didn't realize was that Monkey Prince was related to his grandfather is freaking Ultra Humanite. Who is it?
Grodd.
I didn't watch Grodd.
Grodd, is he related to
King Kong?
Grandpa Gerard? Gerard. He calls him it's in the later story with Monkey Prince. But he's like, "Hey, Grandpa." He's like, "All right, see you on Sunday for dinner." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know they were related." But I thought this was stupid. I didn't expect anything. It's a freaking it's the title was called April Special. I didn't expect it to be like anything besides stupid. So I guess that's why
I think I am the April Fool for having looked at this book.
I didn't expect much from it. So and it's called Revolt of the Second Bananas. So I mean, it's just stupid.
Were you high?
A little bit. Maybe.
Were you smoking bananas at the time? Well, 13. What do you take? What did you think of this book? Did you spend more than 13 seconds reading it?
I would say just about 13 seconds. I agree with Freyja in the assessment. This is not meant to be taken too seriously. I just look at this as a showcase of how many apes DC has, and telling you a story without putting Gorilla Grodd in it all over the place. And take it for what you want. I mean, I don't have any interest in this type of story, and I'm not too wild about these characters. Maybe save the Ultra Humanite, but other than that, honestly, I probably only own one book with a DC ape in it, and that's the first appearance of Gorilla Grodd. After that, I'm not into apes.
I question that. You must have, surely to God, some Justice Society.
JL Apes, I have that buried somewhere. That storyline from back then, yeah.
You must have some Justice Society with Mallory in for sure.
Oh yeah.
Don't be giving it all this monkey business. It's all like you're too good for the monkey. Yeah.
Way to peel off the layers with the questioning, Johnny. Well done.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Like I said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my acronym for JLA in this situation would be just leave us alone.
Yeah, just leave on the rack. Josh.
You think that was funny? I'd have Michael Jackson singing if he was around, but just leave us alone, right?
Yeah.
Let me drink some more.
Yeah,
I'm already there.
You do that.
I think we should drink to catch up. Is where we're at with this.
Hey, I was pre-gaming this.
All right, hold on.
I should have with these books. Oh, dear God.
There we go.
Well done.
It's a bad day to be on Corona Zero. That's all I'm saying.
Ew.
So this book Now, how do I put this nicely? This is a palate cleanser from Dark Ages.
Yeah.
This took the
okay.
bad taste out of my mouth. I'm with Freyja. It was just dumb and funny, and I also enjoyed it.
Yay.
Really, because it was just it was funny. I mean, how many times can you see Monkey Prince talk about his arm being him taking his arm off, and actually seeing him be beaten by his own arm was great.
That was bananas.
Right? Honestly, it was funny with it being an April Fool's kind of thing. I took it for what it is, not to be taken serious, and they did a hell of a job with it in that respect. So my hat goes off to DC for actually coming up with something funny that Joss Whedon had nothing to do with.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hey, I got 13 to laugh. I have achieved what I wanted. Moving along.
Why?
What?
When are they going to stop just kind of mining the old stuff? Because it wasn't that long ago we had Jurassic Park Justice League, the Jurassic League Avengers. Now we've got Avengers.
The Jungle League.
Now we've got the Jungle League. It's like I'm done. Well, this is the same sort of principle of the Dark Sea. Let's take something we know and let's change it around. But this time let's be funny. And it's like funny with those kind of bunny ears, because it's like you have to be pre-gaming to the nth degree to find this.
I discovered a mutant power thanks to Freyja, because this is the first comic book I was able to read with both hands over my face.
Professor 13, is that what we're going to call you now?
I guess so.
I am like, this is like a hard pass. I don't get how much would this book was retail for? Let me find out, because this is because it won't be a.
I feel dirty even Googling this. Oh my God. They even have an April in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They actually have a day called Great April.
Cool.
I think it's cheaper to get an actual thing of bananas than buy this book.
Right. This book, $6.99.
Yeah, I'd rather buy bananas.
Now, does that make you want to rush out and buy it?
Nope.
No.
Didn't want to buy it to begin with.
That said, I've just seen something, and I'm going to show you this dead quickly, which is about this book. So apologies for going from there. I do quite like the variant cover that you've got with it. Previews are showing this one, so there you go. Check it out. How's that for a nice little homage going on? That's the cover made by Bernard Chang.
All right. I don't know about you, but who feels bad for the banana peel? Why did the banana peel have to suffer this enduring?
Because why did the banana die? Because he wasn't peeling very well.
Good job.
Back to drinking.
Oh, go.
13. I'm going to be 13 deep with you on this one.
Yeah. The Simeon Spectacular. Well done.
It's not quite the word I was thinking of, to be fair. Right. Our next book is what is it? It's 13th choice. Here we go. I joke, of course. Here we go. It's Batman Superman, World's Finest. It's the 25th issue. So therefore it's the Spectacular. Let me give you the stats before we hear from 13th himself. 2 stories in this one. You've got the first one. In fact, both are written by Mark Waid. Steve Hughes on arts for the first story. Adriana Lucas is on colors with Steve Wands on letters. Steve Wands also does letters for the second half, but Dan Mora chips in the art with Tamara Bonvillain on colors. And Tamara still has the coolest name in all of comic bookdom. Right. 13th. Why don't you take this up, up, and away?
I will.
Thank you.
All right. I was like, let me just give this book a shot. It's been a while since I've read a Batman Superman book, but I figured that why not? So once
It'll
I
be a
opened the
while because
pages,
I have this in this.
yeah. So as soon as I started reading the story, I'm like, oh, this is really going to focus more on Joker and Luthor, which I found honestly to be kind of refreshing because not many books will focus on villains that often these days, and if they do, it's overkill. I felt like this was an okay amount to focus on Joker and Luthor together. And so there's a quick recap, at least, according to this book, on how they first met. So I kind of like that. It gave a little background, kind of respect to history, that these two characters have been around for a very, very long time and hate that Batman and Superman for a variety of reasons, but found common ground where we have a genius teaming up with someone who's insane. So I guess they made the story work to a degree, with Luthor always trying to find a way to gain an edge over Superman, and we don't have to spell out all the reasons why he despises Superman, but in order to achieve that goal, he had to recruit someone whose mind was insane, and here you are with the Joker. So I kind of like that little plot, if you will, between these two characters. I was not expecting them to go anywhere near into a magical world, never mind the Rock of Eternity or whatever it is that they went to. And again, it's like a get rich scheme for Luthor, except it's like a get something to kill Superman scheme that always seems to fall back on or fail for Luthor here.
Maybe he gets all these toys from Acme.
It probably does, and that's exactly what it feels like, to be honest. The Wile E. Coyote is like 1 inch away from grabbing the Roadrunner, and then he just takes off and he goes, and then you look up and there's the boulder. This is exactly what it is, and I appreciated the story for what it was. I'm not going to say this is the best comic book I've ever read in my life. I just think that it's a good nod to Joker and Luthor's friendship, if that's what you want to call it. And that was kind of refreshing to see. It's a good I don't want to say filler for this run,
Feels like,
but it is in a way, because the main characters of the story are not in it as much. Their enemies are, and it's good to step away sometimes and kind of give the readers a break and show them the kind of things that are awaiting them. And I felt that was a good thing here. I had to laugh though in the beginning where they show Batman and Superman teaming up and trying to explain why Batman will say, "I'll grab the clown," because he knows how to deal with him, and he's telling Superman, "You deal with this poison gas." Right away, I wonder, what did Joker eat? But anyways, that's a bad joke. But Batman said something.
Bananas. You had bananas.
Yeah, it is bananas. I mean, at least he has his pearls. So that's a plus. Quickly, Superman, clutch your pearls. Don't let the Joker take them. Yeah, I like how Batman.
How we lasted 8 years.
Yeah, I like Batman's explanation to Superman, and like where Superman is just so used to by the book, and Batman cannot be, and that's great and everything. But the same is true for Luthor and Joker. If you really think about it and reading the story, I had no qualms with this story, to be honest. I like the script more than I liked the art. It's not my go-to choice for artwork, but I think it served its purpose. I liked it more perhaps in darker scenes with a darker background, and I guess maybe that's to kind of disguise the lines more. But that's just me. That's what I'll say with the art. So I liked it.
Cool. Right, Freyja.
Okay, so I kind of agree. I did like the story focusing more on Luthor and Joker, and I did like how Batman and Superman kind of did their thing, like what they're good at. Batman, yeah, he knows how to deal with people like the Joker. Superman can deal with more of the like gas and like stuff that Batman can't really, unless he had a giant fan, he's not getting that gas anywhere. So
Superman
nice.
inhaled Joker's gas, just for the record.
Yeah, and he,
And he
exhaled
smoked it.
He smoked it. Yeah, and he inhaled.
He smelt it and dealt it.
But like something, I was just like, Luthor acts like he's super smart, but at the same time, it just shows that he does not know how to deal with people like Joker because he is so dumb. For one thing, Joker comes out with a fucking razor blade from the bathroom and goes, "Okay, I'm gonna leave the room. You three guys take care of the crazy homicidal clown." He expected nothing bad to happen. Like,
and go get him a toupee.
yeah, and go get him a toupee. I was like, dude, he just has a razor blade. Did you not think to take that away? And of course, at the end, we also saw what happens. Obviously, the Joker, used the razor blade and killed these guys to get one of them to unlock the collar. So I was like, Luthor, you did some dumbass things. And
it's his ego.
His
ego allowed him to do it. That's why.
I guess, but he also turned his back on the guy who had a penguin umbrella, by the way, and that was shooting little lasers or whatever. Yeah. I was like, Lex, you just kept screwing up. This is why you can't beat Superman, because, man, if Joker can defeat you, you have no hope.
You're not wrong, because she said penguin umbrella, and I was just waiting for the...
She's totally right.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
you drop on that one.
It's like turning your back on the guy you know is a homicidal maniac, and he has a gun. Like, obviously, like
he sabotaged everything Luthor was trying to do.
Yeah, it's like it not the brightest at you may be book smart, but obviously your common sense is lacking there, Luthor. But I like how it ended. The second story, it was honestly. I don't even know. Poor Robin. He's like, oh, that was my favorite car. But it was just, I don't know. Overall, it was a fun book. It was definitely a filler, though. Art style, it was not like you said before. It's not my favorite, but it's not like the worst thing. Besides, Joker gotten some rubber legs going on in some of the panels. Like his calves kind of like. His legs curve and they shouldn't be curving like that. So overall, it was just fun. It's skippable though. It doesn't really achieve anything. It's just
Cool. Here's
legs
a question.
curl like that when your pearls get clutched.
You're addicted. I swear to God.
What'd you call me?
you heard. A valedictorian.
Yeah.
Wait, Richard Grayson's not in this book?
No.
Yes, he is. He's at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Doing plenty of words because you've got a dictionary handy. No? Josh, save me from this lunacy. Have you been reading Batman, Superman, World's Finest? I think this kind of like Batman, Superman team-up books, I think there must be like umpteen different volumes of them. It's like, oh, we'll run it for a while. It doesn't work. It gets cancelled. And then some bright spark says, hey, why don't we do Batman with teams up with Superman? And does it all again. I mean, fair enough, it's got Mark Waid in this, who's like a huge Superman fan from the get-go. So what do you think?
So the first story, didn't we see this in the Batman Superman movie, the animated one?
Yeah, something similar. Maybe not with the
something like that. The one thing that stood out, and I'm going to call this a fail on DC's part. Why didn't they produce the same shorts that Joker's wearing for us to purchase?
Agreed.
I would wear those.
They look more like swim trunks and shorts. Though.
I don't. Either way, swim trunks, short. I mean, we're getting close to summer.
That's true.
I have packed for my Ibiza holiday today.
But this just shows how dumb Lex Luthor is. That he's like, hey, I'm going to put this explosive insurance on Joker's neck, but don't worry, we'll let him get a razor.
Yes.
There's a shot.
It was still entertaining to read. I'm with 13. It was nice to actually see more of the focus be on the villains than the heroes. Aside from that, would I spend money on this? No. And then the second story, it wasn't bad. I mean, to be honest, I like the updated look of the classic Robin design.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while.
Either way, between that and Batman rocking the 89 logo, I'm okay with it.
Does anyone know the magician with one of the doors that he opened
Go on.
in the Rock of Eternity? Does anybody know?
The magician. Is it Satara? John Satara.
Abracadabra.
Is it? Oh, yeah. He's not really a magician.
Correct. That's what makes it magical.
What? Never mind. Excellent. Okay, well, there you go. Take it as you leave it. It's up to you. I don't know. Is anybody reading Batman Superman with any sort of regularity?
Nope.
Nope.
It did make me think, what happens if they trotted out a team-up book of Joker and Luthor, or Luthor and other villains, like a Brave and the Bold, but with Luthor?
What, the vile and the villainy?
Right.
Yeah. Lex teams up with. That'd be boring every week to get beat up and lose. Right.
Maybe a tough book to read. I mean, to write. Luthor's supposed to be very smart. So you have to come up with these clever plots all the time that fail.
I did like the fact that Luthor actually saves the day, and he can't brag about it, which is again another knockback to something we saw in Forever Evil a way back. Right, time for our last book. We'll do this dead quick because we are running shy on time. I think this Wonder Woman series has been the best thing that DC has put out for ages. It's consistently one of the best books for me that I'm absolutely enjoying. I can't believe I have to say that considering it's written by Tom King. But then again, you all know I love this Supergirl stuff. The art is Gwilym March. Colors are by Arif Puranto. Letters are by Clayton Cowles. This is a fill-in. This is taking a step back away from the current plight of Wonder Woman against the USA. And it pretty much is a day in the shopping mall looking to buy Bruce a present. I thought the story was canny. I thought it was quaint. Admittedly, I have just been to the Metro Centre in the UK, which is like a huge, great shopping mall. And my wife says the same sort of things as Superman about getting lost and things. In this, some nice little character pieces between the two, showing how much they care about each other and how much they care about Bruce and stuff. But I thought it was a fun, diverting read, and I don't think you can really argue with that. But of course, you lot will. Where should we go first? We'll go, Josh.
I love this book for one main reason.
Back a part of the book where I like.
This book was the best way to show Wonder Woman putting Clark in the friend zone. He was friend zoned left and right, and it was funny as hell to read. You know, he's just trying with all these lame ass pickup lines, and she's just like, she's trying to be nice about it, but at the same time, you could just tell she's like, oh God. So I guess you could say it's like how Johnny feels with us when we make, banana jokes or talk
She basically told him, clutch your pearls.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Freyja.
So, quickly, I did like the friend zoning that she did. It was kind of funny. But at the same time, I was like, with this whole story, I did like how she was 100% on with what Bruce would like. And Bruce gave away Superman's gift to an orphanage because he didn't want it, and because he gave him a diamond. He just, made him a big diamond, and Bruce is like, nah, I don't want that shit, and he just gave it to an orphanage. And he kept the pictures because that's all the sentimental stuff is really what Bruce likes, and I like how Diana understood that. So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. 30.
My neck is hurting because I'm shaking it so much.
You
I'll
don't like
sum it
the
up
What, the
in
banana?
no, I'll sum it up in one word. A one-word review. Pathetic. I did not like it at all. The art somewhat is okay. It's way too emo for me. And then secondly, this reminds me a lot of the Black Orchid storyline with Mongol. So I didn't like it at all.
That's exactly. You know what? That's you must have read my mind because I've said in my notes something very similar. A kind of what you get the man who has everything now
Correct.
has nothing. That's kind of my punchline on this show.
Which was also animated very well, I must say.
Yeah.
I just why do we need this story?
Why do we need the ape special?
Correct. I'd rather read that, to be honest. This was a big struggle for me, and the writing patterns for me is just all too familiar. And then I'm like, who wrote this? I'm like, oh, I forgot Tom King's on this book. I've had my fill of Tom King's writing. There's just nothing here that's appealing for me. So
No,
that's my my take on it.
that's your synopsis. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh dear, poor Tom King. I liked it. I thought it was good fun. But then I liked the regular book. I did like all the quips about this never happens when Black Canary comes here. Yeah. So
Why couldn't they shop online? They had to go travel to another galaxy. Don't even get me started.
because that would be boring. Oh look, there's Clark and Wonder Woman sitting around the computer buying from where? Amazon.com.
See, this is where Luthor or Darkseid can invade Earth and get away with it because they're out shopping together. Isn't that nice?
It is.
Well,
nice.
okay, if they were online shopping, what, Wonder Woman stumble upon Superman's browser and see that he's on only
his Pornhub
Apocalypse?
history. His Pornhub.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Only Apocalypse.
Yeah, only Apocalypse or only Kryptonians.
If you change the
Ugh.
the O in it into an A, then it'd be a different ballgame.
All right. At the start of the show, Sense and Sensibilities. At the start of the show, I said it was our 8th year of doing this, our 8th-year anniversary. So, guys, in honor of the many, many cheesecakes that Freyja has made in those last times she's been with us, and I have not had any, I have gone and purchased one of these. There you go.
Ooh.
Check that out. So happy birthday, guys. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Every fortnight we go through some books, we have some fun, we play some Jeopardy every now and again. So I just want to say it's been a blast from day one all the way up to now. So thank you for all the times you guys can make the show. So I really do appreciate it. And I'm sure all our listeners appreciate us all as well.
Here, I'll drink to that. Thanks for making me drink more, Johnny.
Oh no,
You're
not
welcome.
My hat appeared.
I bet the hat said, "I love football."
I like to see Johnny react that way.
Cool. That's it for another show. Don't forget to check out the UCPN for all your favorite shows, including Freyja,
K-pop Cosmos, where we talk about all things K-pop.
Cool 13,
the old timers comic book show, where we don't talk about Pariah from 1985.
Oh, we probably would. It falls within that group.
I don't
Josh.
want to know.
Yeah, the day will come when Flip Side Focus returns, where we talk about all things indie. Johnny and I have had a blast on previous episodes, so go check out the previous episodes as well. And to celebrate the 8th year anniversary of the Definitive Crusade, why don't you go pick up your own Definitive Crusade hoodie?
Ooh.
And then post it on social media. Show us how much you love this show.
Yeah. I have a TDC sweatshirt, baseball top.
Yeah, I've got my hoodie in the closet, and then
cool.
Yeah, go do
got
it.
my old timers hoodie going on as well, so it's cool. All good.
Which, can I just say, that logo, one of my best.
It was indeed. It was indeed. It's a class. And of course, along with all those, you've got Outside the Panels, the pod with all your interviews or with established creators, as well as a whole host of Kickstarters who are vying for your attention, and they are absolutely fantastic. Some really good books in there. Go check it out. All right, guys, we're done. All that's left for me to say is thank you. I really do appreciate you all.
Muy bien.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Oh,
Feelings
why
mutual,
I-
Johnny.
Yeah, nobody says that accent in distance. Really? Really? I've been your host, Johnny Machine Hughes, and as always, adios.
Bye, guys.